The Man by the Streetlight. You ever notice how the world feels different at night? Like the air itself carries weight, pressing down on your shoulders. The shadows don't sit still, they crawl, they stretch, they swallow up the places you thought you knew. A street you've walked 1,000 times by day suddenly feels like foreign ground. That's where we begin. Evan Miller, 16 years old, a kid like any other. He plays trumpet in the school band, stumbles through math tests, laughs too loud at his friends' dumb jokes. He's not a troublemaker. He's not a hero. He's just trying to find out who he is, like every kid at that age. But here's the thing about Evan. He doesn't like the dark. He'll never say it out loud. He'd never survive the teasing, but it's true. Walking home alone after sunset makes his pulse quicken. Every shadow feels like it's hiding something. Every creak of the pavement sounds like it's following him. Tonight, the band ran late. Too many wrong notes, too many corrections. By the time Evan slings his trumpet case over his shoulder, the school's empty and the town is silent. His hometown isn't much. One grocery store, 2 gas stations, a diner that closes at 8. At this hour, it feels abandoned, like the whole world decided to pack up and leave him behind. He cuts down Main Street, the soles of his sneakers tapping against cracked pavement. Houses sit dark, porches empty, windows blind. The night has that kind of stillness that makes you whisper even if you're alone. And up ahead, maybe 30 yards away, there's a streetlight. One of the old ones, tall and crooked, buzzing with electricity that sounds like a dying insect. It flickers on and off, fighting to stay alive. And that's when Evan sees him, a man. Tall, motionless, standing directly beneath the light. A wide-brimmed hat pulled low, his face lost in shadow. He doesn't fidget, doesn't shift, doesn't seem to breathe. Just stands there like he's been waiting. Evan tells himself it's nothing. Just some guy. Just another person heading home late. But there's something wrong with the way the man doesn't move. Something wrong with the way the sputtering light seems to bend around him, like it's afraid. Evan swallows hard, tightens his grip on the trumpet case, and keeps walking. But already, deep in his gut, he knows this night won't end like the others. Evan's chest tightens. He tells himself, it's nothing, just some guy. But then he hears it. Footsteps. Behind him, at first faint, almost easy to dismiss, like his imagination filling the silence. But then he hears them again, louder, heavier, steady. Someone's following him. He doesn't want to look, doesn't want to give in to the fear. His throat's dry, palms slick, but he pushes forward, his sneakers slapping the pavement a little faster, a little harder. And still, the footsteps follow. Quicker now. Matching him step for step. His pulse hammers in his ears. Every instinct screams, run. But he's 16. He doesn't want to run. He doesn't want to admit he's scared. Not to himself, not to anyone. So he clenches his jaw, keeps walking, tries to act like nothing's wrong. But no matter how fast he moves, the rhythm stays behind him, always behind, always closing in. Finally, he glances back. The streetlight flickers hard, buzzing like it might burst. And under it, the man in the wide-brimmed hat hasn't moved an inch. Still there, still rooted to the pavement like a statue, watching. So then, who's making the footsteps? Evan spins around, scanning the empty street. Nothing, just darkness pressing in on both sides. Storefronts with their glass eyes shut tight. Houses turned inward, asleep. The sound dies as soon as he turns, like it was never there. But the second he faces forward again, there it is. Footsteps, closer this time. Quick, urgent, his skin prickles. He breaks into a jog, gripping the trumpet case like a weapon he knows he'll never use. His breath comes short, ragged, every inhale too loud in the stillness. And then, another sound, whistling. A low, slow tune, floating through the night air. The kind of sound that doesn't belong on an empty street. It's not cheerful, it's not careless, it's deliberate. Like someone is marking time, waiting for him to break. He stumbles, catches himself, keeps going. The whistling doesn't stop. It follows, always the same few notes, drawn out and hollow. He turns again, desperate, nothing. The street is empty. The man under the light, still frozen, still watching. Evan's breath shudders. His mind scrambles for answers. Maybe someone's messing with him. A prank, a joke. But who? Everyone's home, no one's out this late. The shadows feel alive now, heavy, pressing closer. He can't think straight, can't plan. He just knows he has to get away from the sound, away from the streetlight, away from the figure that won't stop watching him. He bolts, full sprint. His trumpet case bangs against his leg, slowing him down, but he doesn't care. He just runs. The whistling grows louder, the footsteps quicker, and in the corner of his eye, just for a moment, he swears he sees another shadow moving, not behind him, not ahead, but beside him, keeping pace. Evan can't take it anymore. The sound, the shadow, the not knowing, it's tearing him apart. He spins around, chest heaving, fists clenched around the handle of his trumpet case, ready to confront whoever's there. But the street is empty. No man, no footsteps, no whistle, nothing but silence. The flickering streetlight sputters one last time, then goes dark, plunging the road into shadow, and then pound, right behind him. Footsteps explode against the pavement, heavy, hungry, faster than anything human. Evan bolts. Instinct takes over. His legs move before his mind does, sprinting down the block like his life depends on it. Maybe it does. The sound is everywhere now. Footsteps hammering the street, gaining on him, closing the gap with every stride. His heart slams against his ribs. His throat burns raw. He can't think, can't breathe. He just runs. Don't look back. Don't you dare look back. His sneakers slap against the cracked sidewalk, his trumpet case smacking his side with every desperate stride. Shadows whip past him, distorted, too long, too fast. He hears the whistle again, low, mocking, right at his ear. He gasps and nearly stumbles. It's impossible. There's no one beside him, no one in front of him, but the sound is there, brushing against his skin like breath. He pushes harder, vision blurring, lungs tearing themselves apart. His block is up ahead, his house, his porch, salvation. The footsteps thunder behind him, closer, closer, close enough that he swears he feels fingers reaching for his shoulder. He screams, a raw, wordless sound, and throws himself forward, half falling onto his lawn. His knees slam the ground, pain shooting up his legs, but he scrambles back up, fumbling for the keys in his pocket. He can't see straight. His hands are shaking so hard the keys jangle against each other, useless. Behind him, the sound grows louder, closer. The air feels thick, charged, like something's about to swallow him whole. Finally, metal meets lock. He shoves the key in, twists, yanks the door open, and dives inside. The door slams shut, lock clicks, deadbolt slides, and then silence, pure silence. He staggers back from the door, chest heaving, sweat dripping down his forehead. The house is dark, still, untouched. He presses his back against the wall, trying to catch his breath, trying to convince himself it's over, that he made it, that he's safe. But the silence feels wrong, too deep, too heavy. It presses against his ears, ringing until it's almost worse than the footsteps. Evan forces himself to move, step by step, into the living room. He drops the trumpet case on the carpet, hands trembling, heart still racing like it's trying to break free. He listens. Nothing, no footsteps, no whistle, no man. And then a shadow falls across the window, tall, still, wide-brimmed hat, watching. Evan stands there, chest heaving, sweat cooling on his skin. For a long time, he doesn't move, just stares at the door, waiting for another sound, another knock, another footstep. Finally, he creeps toward the peephole, presses his eye against the glass. Empty yard, empty street, nothing. The man under the streetlight is gone. The wide-brimmed hat, the shadow, gone. The sound, too, like it never existed. Evan exhales, shaky, unsteady. His body feels hollow now, drained of everything but nerves. He slides down against the wall, sits there for a long time with his knees pulled up to his chest, listening to the silence until it doesn't feel so suffocating anymore. After a while, he convinces himself it was nothing, just nerves, just shadows. He tells himself the footsteps, the whistle, the figure, it was all in his head. Stress, maybe, an overactive imagination. That's what people say about him, isn't it? Sensitive, jumpy, too much in his own head. He wants to believe it. He has to. So he gets up, moves through the house, locking every window, checking every door twice. He switches on the hall light, lets it spill into the living room until the corners feel less threatening. The trumpet case lies where he dropped it, and for a moment he thinks about picking it up, holding it, like it could protect him. But instead, he leaves it there. By the time he climbs the stairs, his body feels heavy, exhaustion pulling him down. His bedroom is familiar, posters on the wall, clothes scattered across the chair, the faint glow of the alarm clock by his bed. Normal. Safe. He strips off his shoes, crawls beneath the covers, and stares at the ceiling. His heart is still racing, but slower now. Manageable. He tells himself, "You'll laugh about this in the morning." He repeats it like a mantra. "You'll laugh about it. It was nothing, just shadows and nerves." The house creaks as it settles. Outside, the wind stirs. He closes his eyes, tries to let sleep take him, but it's not easy. Every time he drifts close, he thinks he hears something, a shuffle, a scrape, a breath. He tells himself it's the house, it's the pipes, it's nothing. He buries his face in the pillow, counts backward from 10, and finally, he slips under. Sleep doesn't come easy. It comes jagged, broken, full of half dreams that blur with reality. He dreams of footsteps that follow him down endless streets, of shadows that stretch too long, of a man who never moves but is always there. And somewhere in that thin space between dream and waking, he thinks he hears it again. A whistle, low, slow, deliberate. But when he jerks awake, gasping, his room is silent, empty. The alarm clock glows red in the dark. The wind rattles the glass. Nothing more. Morning will come, and with it, maybe a chance to laugh at it all, if he can. But morning comes. The sun spills across Evan's room, soft and ordinary, like the night before never happened. For a moment, he almost convinces himself it was a dream, just a blur of nerves, shadows, and sleeplessness. He gets dressed, slings his trumpet case over his shoulder, and heads downstairs. The air smells like coffee his mom must have brewed before work. The house feels safe again, normal, until he opens the front door. He steps onto the porch and freezes. Muddy footprints leading up the stairs, one after another pressed deep into the wood. They're big, too big, not sneakers, not work boots. Bare, human. Evan's breath catches in his throat. He follows the trail with his eyes, each print darker than the last, climbing closer, closer, until they don't stop at the door. They stop at his bedroom window, right beneath the glass, the same glass he slept behind all night. And suddenly the silence of the house doesn't feel safe anymore. It feels hollow, like someone's missing, or worse, like someone's still here. Evan stares, skin cold, mind racing, but the question rises up on its own, unshakable, undeniable. If the man never came inside and the steps ended at the glass, what was already waiting on the other side? And that's where we'll leave it tonight. If this story gripped you, take a second right now to hit the like button. It helps the channel grow, and it makes sure more people get pulled into these late night tales. Don't forget to subscribe for daily content, because every day we're building stories that pull you to the edge of your seat. And if you know someone who loves the thrill of the unknown, share this video with them. Thank you for watching. There's another video recommended on your screen right now. I think you'll love it. I'll see you back here tomorrow.